Welcome to Simple Physics. In this video session, we are going to see about the determination of nuclear radius, that too by mirror nuclei method. Before going into the derivation part, we have to know about what is this mirror nuclei. So, as I already told about this mirror nuclei, two nuclei is said to be mirror nuclei if they have the same number of nucleons, but the number of proton in one of the nuclei is equal to the number of neutrons in the other, then we call those nuclei as mirror nuclei. Example, carbon with boron, carbon and nitrogen together we will call these as mirror nuclei. Hydrogen along with helium, lithium as well as beryllium, potassium as well as calcium. So in all these nuclei you can see the number of nucleons for carbon and boron is 11. So it is going to be the same. But for carbon, the number of proton is 6, which is equal to the number of neutrons of boron. So the proton as well as neutron numbers are interchanged for these two nuclei. Such a nuclei alone we are calling that as mirror nuclei. Here also you can see both the nucleons are for carbon and nitrogen it is 13, and the number of protons for carbon is 6. So 13 minus 7, number of neutrons for nitrogen that is also 6. So if the proton and neutron numbers are interchanged for these two nuclei, we will call these two nuclei as the mirror nuclei. Similarly, for hydrogen and helium, you can see the number of nucleons is 3. It is found to be same for both hydrogen and helium. Number of proton for hydrogen is 1, which is equal to the number of neutrons of helium. So here 7 for lithium as well as beryllium. Total number of proton and neutron is 7. It is found to be the same number. And the number of proton for lithium is 3, which is equal to the number of neutron for beryllium. 7 minus 4, that is also 3. So another example also we can see potassium as well as calcium. So total number of nucleons for potassium is 39, and for calcium that is also 39. So these remains the same for both the nuclei. And the proton number for potassium is 19, which is equal to the neutron number of calcium. 39 minus 20, that is also 19. So these are the examples for the mirror nuclei. So using this, how we can calculate the nuclear radius, and we will see that with a detailed derivation. Bethe suggested that the difference between the two Coulomb energy of the two neighboring mirror nuclei, that is del EC, is used to calculate the nuclear radii of the two mirror nuclei. So consider the rho as the charge density. The general formula for charge density is charge per unit volume. So volume of the nucleus 4 by 3 pi r cube. Let r be the radius of the spherical, since the nucleus is in the form of a sphere, and consider r as the radius of the nucleus. So charge divided by volume, that gives the charge density of the nucleus. Charge of the nucleus is Ze and volume of the nucleus is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Take this as equation number 1. Now let us consider a spherical core having a radius x. So the inner circle, that is called as the spherical core. Let x be the radius of that spherical core. So charge on the spherical core, just take the charge as q1, let it be q1, and volume of the spherical core is 4 by 3 pi x cube multiplied by charge density rho. Let q2 be the charge on the spherical shell. General formula to calculate charge is volume multiplied by charge density. So volume is of the thin spherical shell is 4 pi x squared. Actually the volume is determined by area into thickness. Area of the thin spherical shell is 4 pi x squared multiplied by the thickness of the shell is dx. Already it is given in the figure. So the thickness is dx. So thickness multiplied by area of the thin shell, that is 4 pi x squared. If you multiply these two, that gives the volume of the thin shell multiplied by charge density of the nucleus. So after knowing this Q2 value, the electrostatic potential energy of the spherical core and the thin spherical shell can be written as Q1 Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught x. X is nothing but that is the distance between the two charges Q1 and Q2. which is clearly given in this diagram. So this is the center of the core and this is the spherical thin shell. So the distance between the two charges, Q1 acts at this point and Q2 is acting at this point. So the distance between these two charges is taken as x. That's why we have substituted x here. So this formula gives the electrostatic potential energy of the spherical core as well as thin spherical shell. Now substituting the expression for Q1 and Q2, finally we can get this expression 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 16 by 3 pi squared rho squared x power 4 dx. Total electrostatic potential energy of the nucleus is obtained by integrating the previous expression DEC between the limit 0 to r. So you have to integrate this with respect to x and substituting the limit 0 as well as the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is r, substituting the limits. So you can get after integrating this becomes r power 5 divided by 5. All other terms comes as it is. And substituting for rho from equation 1. So already we have derived an expression for rho, charge density of the nucleus, that also I have represented that as 1. So from that expression we have to substitute for charge density from 1. So and then cancelling out the terms in the numerator as well as in the denominator, the final expression for this Coulomb energy becomes 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 by 5 z squared e squared divided by r. So take this as equation number 2. The difference between the Coulomb energy of the two neighboring nuclei, that is the mirror nuclei. So one is having the charge z plus 1 into e, the other one is having the charge ze. If you consider the mirror nuclei, you see the mirror nuclei, lithium as well as beryllium. So number of nucleons remains the same, that is 7, and 3 is the number of protons of lithium is 3. So if you take this as Z, automatically the neighboring mirror nuclei is having proton number as Z plus 1. That is, if this is 3, then the neighboring mirror nuclei is found to be having a proton as 3 plus 1, that is 4. So you can see for any other mirror nuclei also you can see. So the proton number is found to be greater than 1 for the second nuclei. So substituting the charge Z plus 1 into E as well as Z into E of this nuclei, the difference between the two Coulomb energy becomes 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 by 5 E square divided by R into 2Z plus 1. For any mirror nuclei, 2Z plus 1 is equal to A, that is the mass number. So here also you can see, so the value of Z is 3. So 2 into 3, that is 6, added up 1 here. When you add 1 here, that becomes 7. Are you able to understand? So 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6. So 6 plus 1 gives 7. So 2Z plus 1 can be replaced by A. So this formula, instead of 2Z plus A, we can write del EC as 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 by 5 E square divided by R into A. The difference between the Coulomb energy of the two nuclei can be written as 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 by 5 E squared A by R after substituting for 2Z plus 1. Instead of 2Z plus 1, we have to substitute A. Then take this as equation number 3. And for experimentally, they have taken these two nuclei alone, that is silicon as well as phosphorus. The atomic number remains the same, that is 29. And the proton number for silicon is 14 and phosphorus it is 15. So experimental observation gives the value of Coulomb energy of these two nuclei as 4.96 million electron volt. So substituting for del EC as 4.96 million electron volt, you know the constant value 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the constant value of this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught? So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is nothing but it is 9 into 10 power 9 Newton per meter. So substituting the constant 3 by 5, after that 3 by 5 multiplied by charge of the proton and the mass number of the nuclei. You know the mass number for the mirror nuclei For both the nucleus is same, so you have to substitute that here. And using this equation number 3, we can calculate the radius of the nuclei. So the radius of the nuclei is calculated as 4.96 Fermi. So you know R is equal to, already I have told about this formula. Radius of the nucleus is equal to radial parameter multiplied by the mass number, that is a to the power of 1 by 3. So using this formula, substituting for R as 4.96 Fermi and the mass number of that particular nuclei, we can easily calculate the radial parameter as 1.5 Fermi. So in this way we can calculate the nuclear radius using mirror nuclei method. And here also you can see for these two elements, silicon as well as phosphorus, these are the two mirror nuclei. The mass number remains the same, that is 29. And the proton number of silicon is 14 and the proton number of phosphorus is 15. So if you take this as Z and this becomes Z plus 1. So Z is 14 for silicon, and if I add 1 to this, that you can get the proton number of this phosphorus. And already I told 2Z plus 1 can also be written as A. So 2 multiplied by 14 is 28. When you add 1 to that, that gives the value 29. So for all mirror nuclei, we can write 2Z plus 1, which is equal to A. And also one of the nuclei, if you take the number of proton for one of the nuclei is Z, the number of proton for the other nuclei is nothing but it is Z plus 1. So this is common for all the mirror nuclei. So three things you have to understand in this mirror nuclei, that is A value remains the same for both the mirror nuclei. And if you take Z as one of the, Z as the proton number, if you add 1 to this, you get the proton number of the other. And one more thing, so if you multiply 2 to this and adding 1, that gives the value of A, that is 2Z plus 1 is equal to A. All these things you have to understand in the case of a mirror nuclei.